Ladies and gentlemen, High School Cube is back on the air, live from Winnetka, Illinois, the home of the New Trier Trevians. Hello and welcome in to tonight's broadcast featuring the Trevs and the Maine South Hawks here at New Trier East. I'm Andrew Braverman. We're live on highschoolcube.com. Follow us on Twitter at highschoolcube. Follow me on Twitter at Andrew Braverman. That's Andrew, B as in boy, R-A-V as in Victor, E-R-M-A-N. The Trevians coming off of a very strong holiday season where they took second place right here on our airwaves at the Proviso West Holiday Tournament, only falling to the number 2 team in the state, Proviso East. Maine South, however, in the midst of a 5-game losing skid. Their record has fallen to 7-8 on the year. They just fell in overtime to the Dukes of York, another team we saw earlier this year on the Cube over at the Ed Molitor Thanksgiving Classic in Palatine. York besting Maine South in Park Ridge just a few nights ago, Monday evening. Thursday night, because tomorrow we've got girls hoops between these two teams over in Park Ridge. Maine South and New Trier are two of the strongest girls teams in the program. But New Trier, one of the best boys teams, not just in the area, but in the state of Illinois, ranked in the top 20 in multiple polls. And we're going to see some good ball players on the floor, none better than 6'7" senior Connor Boehm, who has given his commitment to Dartmouth. Austin Angel, a 6'4" senior for the Trevians as well, will get the start. David Bragle, you're going to see one of the best in-your-face defenders in the state. Only a 6-foot senior, but boy, does he like to mix things up. He talks, he annoys the heck out of his opponent, and believe me, if there's going to be someone that's going to draw a technical foul, it's going to be Bragle for being overly aggressive, but boy, is he fun to watch, and his coaches absolutely love it. John Solari, 6'4" junior for the Maine South Hawks, one to watch out for Tony Lavarado's team. They're going to be in the road black uniforms, white trim, red number. Solari wearing number 32. This is his third varsity letter, so a very experienced junior, despite still having plenty more high school basketball to play. We're going to take a break here for the national anthem. We're going to come back with our starting lineups. It's New Trier and Maine South live on highschoolcube.com. Once again, I'm Andrew Braverman. Real quick, the Trevians 13-2. Their only losses coming to the aforementioned Proviso East Pirates, as well as the Blue Devils from Warren Township High School up in Gurnee. Maine South, again, a 5-game losing skid. They are 7-8 on the year and even 2-2 in the Central Suburban League South. And yes, this is a conference game between the two schools. New Trier leading everybody in the CSL South at a perfect 4-0. I'm Andrew Braverman. This is highschoolcube.com's coverage of Maine South visiting New Trier. Trevians and Hawks coming up after a break for your national anthem here in Winnetka, Illinois. Stick around. Plenty of snow outside, plenty of hot basketball action, getting set to go in the gym. One of the oldest, one of the most fun gyms to be in here at the East Campus home of the New Trier Trevians. Yes, New Trier has split again. They have their freshman campus in Northfield, the East Campus home to their sophomores, juniors, and seniors. Once again, I'm Andrew Braverman, live on highschoolcube.com. Maine South in the road black uniforms, red numbers, white trim. Head coach Tony Lavorado Jr. The Hawks are 7-8 on the year, 2-2 in the Central Suburban League South. Getting the start for the Hawks tonight, a senior guard, 5'9", he wears number 4. It's Nick Calabrese. Number 10, Nat Leahy is a 6-foot senior. He'll be joining Calabrese in the backcourt. Danny Quinn is a 6'5" junior. You're going to see Quinn out on the wing wearing number 22. Andrew Vay on the wing in the backcourt. Number 23 is a 6'1" senior. And once again, big number 32, 6'4" junior, John Solari. For the home team, the New Trier Trevians, white uniforms, blue numbers, blue trim, coached by Scott Fricky. David Bragle wears number 1. He's a 5'10" senior. I'm going to go ahead and list him at 6 feet, give him 2 inches in heels. Austin Angel, number 2, is a 6'4" senior, transferred into the district last year. Connor Boehm, big 6'7" senior, wearing number 3. He has committed to Dartmouth. Reid Berman is a 6-foot junior. Berman wears number 12 for the Trevians. And number 11, 6'4" junior, Stephen Cook. Congrats to Stephen Cook and the Cook family. Stephen has given a verbal to play basketball next year in the Ivy League. He's headed to Princeton. Trevians and Hawks live in Winnetka. HighSchoolCube.com is the site for all of the action. I'm Andrew Braverman. Thank you again for being with us. Teams huddling up right now, joined by Jim McAteer, my producer, my cameraman, my Q&A. Everything I could possibly turn to is handled tonight by Jim McAteer. And thank you again to everybody at highschoolcube.com. You saw us live at Proviso West. You saw us live at Hinsdale South, the McDipper, and of course down at Pontiac. Plenty more basketball action to go this season on highschoolcube.com. Quinn's going to get set to jump against Boehm. Boehm, one of the strongest with and without the basketball that we have seen on High School Cube throughout the season, and you're going to see plenty of it tonight. Boehm went off in New Trier's win last Friday over Evanston right here in Winnetka. Trevians win the tip, and here's Berman controlling across the timeline. Maine South starting off in a little bit of a matchup. Cook right to the rack, off the board and good, and the Trevs strike first 2-0. Great backdoor look as New Trier gives the ball to the newly committed Stephen Cook, once again headed to Princeton. Calabrese now for the Hawks across the timeline, guarded by Berman in the man-to-man. Calabrese walks with the basketball, an early turnover for Maine South. It'll give the ball back to New Trier. Not a lot of people in the stands tonight. The weather, I'm sure, the biggest reason why. Of course, it is a school night. Playing basketball in the CSL South on a Thursday. You don't see it too often. Berman near side, inside to Boehm now. Boehm has a shot blocked by Quinn. Taken down, but stolen by Angel. Now back to Boehm. Boehm working 1-on-2. He'll send the ball out to Berman. Cross to Bragle. Back on top, Berman. Berman gets into the lane, hands off to Angel. Now Boehm just inside the three-point line. His shot off the front of the rim, no good. Berman taps the ball to Angel. Great play by Reid Berman. In the corner, Angel. Now on top, Cook, far side, Berman. Trying to find Boehm inside. On top now, Bragle. Bragle will slow things up, even out the floor as Berman comes near side. Angel back to Bragle. Now Cook back to Angel in the corner. Maine South sitting in a 2-3 zone to start the game. Angel inside now, Boehm. Boehm spins baseline around 2 defenders. His reverse layup no good, and Quinn pulls it down for the Hawks. Now Calabrese. Here's Leahy far side. Quinn top of the key. Near side for Vay. Vay now on top. Here's Solari's first look. Angel draws the matchup of John Solari this evening. Vay near side Quinn. Not going to see Quinn take that shot too often. Leave the outside shooting to Calabrese, Leahy, and Vay. Speaking of Vay, he has the ball far side. Berman taps it away, but Vay regains composure. Solari just outside the paint, working on Angel. Spins, draws a double team, somehow finds Leahy near side. Now Quinn on the baseline. Quinn, Leahy for 3. Leahy shot off the rim, no good. Pulled down by the 6-foot point guard, David Bragle. Now Cook. Berman, Bragle. Bragle for 3 on top. The lefty shot off the rim, no good. Angel, big save. Tried to go behind his back. He found the baseline, and it's going to be Maine South basketball. 2-0 Trevians on top. 5:31 to play opening quarter. We're live on highschoolcube.com. Calabrese with the basketball now. Left-hand dribble in the backcourt. Leahy has his ball tipped away by Cook. Cook, 6'5", very active and extremely athletic. He has great jumping ability, also a volleyball player. And once again, we mentioned it earlier, I'll mention it one more time, Stephen Cook has given a verbal to play basketball at the Division I level next year. Pardon me, in 2 years, he's only a junior. He'll be headed to Princeton. So brains and brawn showcased by the junior Stephen Cook, running AAU basketball with full package out of Deerfield. Air ball shot up, but Quinn's there to put the rebound off the board and good, and we're even 2-2. Plenty of basketball to be played throughout this season, but boy, Maine South has some talent coming back next year. A lot of juniors on the floor. Quinn and Solari, none bigger than the two of them, size-wise and importance. Cook on top, now Angel far side for the Trevs. Here's Boehm look on the block. Right around Solari. Boehm's layup is short, gets his own rebound, put back is short again, and Solari grabs the rebound. Halfway through our opening quarter of play, Maine South and New Trier tied 2-2. Vey far side has his shot altered by Bregel, and the rebound falls into Berman's hand. Now Bregel running the floor, shot off the board, no good, but Bregel will go to the free throw line for a pair. Scott Fricke's team likes to push the ball in transition. They don't go very deep, only 6 or 7 deep. You're going to see Jordan Thomas off the bench, the sophomore for New Trier, as well as 6'8" junior Aaron Angel, Austin's younger brother. Bregel gets the first free throw to go, 3-2 Trevians. 4:22 to play opening quarter on High School Cube. I'm Andrew Braverman. Bregel's second free throw rattles around the rim and falls. Trevians back on top by 2, 4-2. Active hands from Cook once again. Looks like our referee missed the play. Quinn's inbound pass touched Cook's right hand. They're going to say it was straight out of bounds, and New Trier will get possession on the missed call. Bregel slaps the ball to the right, our right of his basket, finds Boehm outside. Now Berman. Berman's going to try a three from the wing. That one's no good. So New Trier short to start the game. And Quinn has a couple of rebounds for Maine South. Leahy, great diagonal pass, finds Vey on the block, and Maine South evens things up 4-4. Maine South content sitting in their zone. Here's Connor Boehm now outside Bregel. Bregel to the L, finds Berman far side. Berman attacks the lane. Shots blocked away by Quinn. They're going to say Quinn bumped him going up, and Berman will go to the line for 2. And just as I mentioned, Jordan Thomas off the bench for New Trier, set to check in. 3:50 to play opening quarter. Trevians and Hawks locked 4-4. Berman now to the free throw line. He'll get 2 for New Trier. The theme of the night so far for New Trier shooting the basketball, not enough legs, too short on many of their shots, just as Berman had on his first free throw. Second on the way, that one falls. And Thomas checks in, replacing the shooter. So Jordan Thomas replaces Reid Berman, and New Trier grabs a 5-4 lead over Maine South. New Trier will apply full court pressure. Calabrese to inbounds for Maine South. Finds Vey far side. Vey's back to Calabrese. Now Leahy across the timeline. Leahy jump stops, gives it outside Vey far side. Back to Calabrese. He's guarded there by Thomas in the man-to-man. Quinn picked up by Cook. Back on top, Leahy. Vey to Quinn. Quinn getting around Cook. Quinn all the way to the rack. His layup off the board and good. And Maine South grabs its first lead of the night, 6-5. Bregel to Angel, now down low to Boehm. Boehm guarded by Solari, now it's Cook on top. Cook slashes the lane, his shot off the board, no good, pulled down Leahy. Now Calabrese wants to run. Down to Quinn on the block, Quinn off the board, no good. So they're going to say Quinn got fouled, he'll go to the free throw line for 2. They're going to credit David Bregel with the foul in transition. For Bragle, it's his first, the team's first, and Quinn has 2 on the way. A couple of new Hawks set to check in for Tony Laverado's team. Quinn's first free throw falls. 7-6, Maine South on top. Checking in is Frank Dunas, number 24. Quinn gets them both. Pardon me on the pronunciation. Frank Dooney wears number 24. Dooney into the game. Louis Chickless also checks in wearing number 42. He replaces Quinn. So Vay and Quinn have a seat, replaced by Dooney and Chickless. And Maine South leads 8-5. Here's New Trier. Angel to Cook. Cook back to Angel. Outside, hands off to Bragle. Near side, Jordan Thomas. Thomas attacks the lane, finds Bragle on the wing for 3. Bragle shot off the rim, no good. Connor Boehm with the big offensive board. Rebound won't go, no foul called. Chickless pulls it down and finds Leahy. Dooney into the lane. Dooney outside, Calabrese will try a 3. That one's good for Nick Calabrese, and Maine South has jumped on top of New Trier 11-5 in Winnetka. No backing down from the Hawks, anxious to end their 5-game losing streak. Austin Angel will try a 3 near side. Angel's long, rebound pulled down Dooney. Dooney middle of the court finds Leahy. Now on the block it's Solari. Solari draws a double team. Leahy for 3, that one's no good. Falls right into the hands of big Connor Boehm. Bragle to Angel. Angel will try another 3. That one's short this time, into the hands of Leahy. Make that Calabrese on the rebound. Now up to Solari. Solari to Chickless, working on Boehm. Chickless' layup is too strong. Rebound off of the hands of the Trevians. It's going to be Maine South basketball with 1:37 to play, first quarter. Vay checks back into the game. He replaces Leahy. And now for New Trier, number 21, Stosh Banis, a 6'2 junior. Banis replaces Angel, who has misfired on a couple of 3-pointers here in the opening quarter of play. Calabrese to inbounds for Maine South. Having some trouble. Dooney corrals it. Jordan Thomas applying pressure. Now Vay far side for Maine South. Vay on top. Calabrese just inside the circle. Finds Chickless. Chickless, the biggest member of the Hawks team at 6'6". Vay's going to try a 3 top of the key. His laser too short. Banis gets the rebound and hands off to Bragle. Now Boehm on the block. Around Chickless, he's going to be bumped. Foul's going to be called on number 42, Louis Chickless, the 6'6 senior. A quick first quarter of play, 1:10 to go. Danny Quinn back into the game. He replaces Solari. Reid Berman will check in for New Trier, replacing Banis. New Trier basketball. Here's Thomas. Thomas will keep it himself. Out of bounds play broken up by Maine South. They were looking for Cook in the corner for 3. Bragle, now Berman near side. Berman lobs to Boehm. Look at Boehm go up and get the basketball. Layup off the board and good with the foul. Connor Boehm will go to the line looking to complete the 3-point play. For Boehm, it's his first points of the night. In New Trier's triumph over Evanston last Friday, a 58-48 win right here in Winnetka. Boehm led all scorers with 28 points. He's got 2 so far this evening with a chance to make it 3. Boehm's free throw, nothing but net, and he'll get a break. The brothers Angel check into the game for New Trier. Austin and Aaron, 2 and 44 respectively, replacing Boehm and Cook. 54 seconds to go. Maine South leading New Trier 11-8 on highschoolcube.com. I'm Andrew Braverman. Thank you again for being with us on a snowy Chicago evening. Dooney in the backcourt working on Bragle. There's that in-your-face defense we talked about in the pregame. Calabrese sends it out to Vay. Now Quinn guarded by Angel just inside the circle. Backdoor finds Calabrese. Now in the quarter, Vay will try another 3. This one's long. Chickless taps it around, falls into the hands of Jordan Thomas, and New Trier will most likely hold for one final shot of the quarter. 22 seconds to play. Here's Bragle across the timeline. "12 seconds now remaining in the first quarter. Bragle to Angel. Angel on top, Berman. Back to Angel. Back to Berman on top. 5 seconds to play. Reid Berman with the basketball. Berman looking for help. Finds Angel. Angel's going to try a pull-up three. He got it to go. Austin Angel for three. And we're deadlocked at 11 as the first quarter comes to a close. Angel missed his first two open looks. He got the contested three to fall. And New Trier on a 6-0 run to close out the first quarter. It's 11-11 in Winnetka. I'm Andrew Braverman. You're watching HighSchoolCube.com's production of Maine South visiting New Trier in the Central Suburban League South. We're live on High School Cube, but if you want to go back and watch this game in its entirety, visit HighSchoolCube.com to watch it in full. Watch your favorite highlights, all logged for you on HighSchoolCube.com. And tell your friends about us. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at HighSchoolCube. You can follow me on Twitter at Andrew Braverman. We would appreciate it. Alongside Jim McAteer, we were able to make it through all of the snow and sleet. Not the best driving conditions out there, so hopefully everyone got home safe and logged on to High School Cube to watch us this evening. For all of you New Trier fans, we will be bringing you more action of the Trevians coming up in February. New Trier hosting Waukegan will be one of our marquee games. I'll be back on air over in Arlington Heights to watch Bennett visit St. Viator. Also going to broadcast more Catholic League action. Notre Dame and St. Pat's. Boy, have I been waiting to watch those two teams go at it in Niles for a long time. Niles Notre Dame, possibly one of the best gyms. One of my favorite gyms. One of the best gyms I played at in my high school career. So we're going to see those two bitter rivals going at each other live on High School Cube coming up also before the month of January comes to a close. Half-court trap works out for New Trier. No, it's taken away. Dooney has it in transition. With numbers, finds Solari on the block, and Solari gets the layup to go for the Hawks. So Maine South back on top 13-11 as Berman crosses the timeline for New Trier. Cook's left all alone in the corner for three. That one's off the front of the rim and falls into the hands of Dooney. Calabrese and Quinn now. Solari in the paint. His turnaround too strong. Rebound knocked around. Berman going to save it. Solari down low to Dooney. Dooney shot off the rim and goes. So Dooney pushes the lead to 4, 15-11. Andrew Palucki also into the game for Maine South. He wears number 21. Here's Berman back the other way. Berman now Boehm. Boehm from 15 off the front of the rim. Touches the board and falls. Connor Boehm gets the shooter's touch to pull New Trier back within 2. Solari. New Trier into a half-court trap zone defense. And it works out for the Trevians as Bragle pulls the ball away. Bragle in transition. Now Boehm the stop and pop. That one's no good. Cook gets the big rebound, and he's going to get fouled by Quinn. If it is Quinn, it's going to be his second. And it is. Second on Quinn, fifth on the team, as Leahy checks back in for Dooney, and Vey replaces Palucki. Quinn stays into the game with those two fouls. Maine South leading New Trier 15-13. Trevian basketball. Here's Bragle, now Cook in the corner. Cook around Vey, back outside Bragle. Maine South sitting in that 2-3 zone. Berman's going to try a three far side. That one's well short. An air ball taken in by Vey. I've seen Reid Berman shoot more tonight than in the 4 games we saw of New Trier at the Proviso West tournament. Obviously more confident on his home floor. Another turnover. Cook now in transition. Cook's layup is good. So New Trier answers the 4-0 Maine South run with a 4-0 run of their own, and we're back to a 15-15 tie, an even 6 minutes showing in the first half. If you don't know about High School Cube, let me tell you a little bit about what's going on. They are the leading broadcast platform to broadcast high school sports teams, clubs, and events. If you want to broadcast your team, log on to highschoolcube.com/get started and put your team on air today. Over 300 basketball games live from highschoolcube.com this winter. We were at the Hinsdale South tournament, the first ever holiday tournament presented by the Hornets of Hinsdale South. We were also at the 51st annual Proviso West tournament, expanding from 16 to 32 teams next year, and believe me, we'll be back. Down at Pontiac, where Simeon took the crown once again. They beat Curry in the championship. They had to beat Peoria Manual and did so only by a point in the semis. What a game it was between Curry and Warren, a double overtime thriller that was live at Pontiac. We were also down at Rich South for the McDipper tournament as well. Gotta be honest with our audience, boys. Am I thrilled to only be broadcasting one game tonight? 20 in 4 days. Took a toll on my vocal cords. One game tonight, but boy, nothing better than some good CSL South basketball. This is the conference where I grew up playing. I played over in the north at Glenbrook North, but believe me, I had my fun playing over at Maine South and right here in Winnetka against New Trier. Foul's going to be called on Bregel, his second, the team's second. Bregel will have his seat replaced by Thomas. 15-15 Maine South basketball. Here's Calabrese. Across the timeline, Leahy. Down low, Solari. Back on top, Leahy. Now Vey in the corner. Vey back to Leahy. Cook extending the zone. Calabrese now back Leahy. Leahy in the circle looking for help. Finds Vey. Vey thought about a three. He'll keep it himself now. Back on top. Boy, New Trier with their length really extending their zone trap. Vey made his way all the way near side, but he sends it back out to Calabrese. Now Solari on the block. Solari finds Leahy. Now Vey. Berman extends the defense. Solari on the baseline. He'll fire from 10. That one's no good, and Thomas pulls down the board. Berman with the basketball. Crosses up his defender, gets to the rack. Berman with a driving layup, and New Trier regains the lead at 17-15. Nice job of penetration there by Reid Berman. Boy, was this gym hopping last Friday with Evanston in town. Normally those two play at Welsh Ryan on the campus of Northwestern University. The second game between New Trier and Evanston will actually be played there. We had a scheduling conflict which pushed the game back here for the first time in years. Quinn from the L. That one's off the front of the rim. Boehm with the rebound. Gives it to Berman. Berman gets a screen. His leaner, that one's short, but he gets his own rebound. Around Calabrese. Now Angel in the middle of the lane. Angel's layup off the board. New Trier is back on top by 4, 19-15. New Trier in the midst of an 8-0 run. Cook with the steal. What a job there by Stephen Cook around two defenders. Layup is not going to count. We're going to get a foul on the floor, but there you see the athleticism and quick hands of Stephen Cook, the newest member of the Princeton Tigers. Saw the story broken by CSLinsider.com and Danny Hazen, one of my closest friends. NY2LA also broken on Twitter. Cook on top, Thomas now. Boehm on the block, or pardon me, on the L. Back to Thomas. Thomas around Calabrese, looking for help. Thomas will keep it and force up a shot. Rebound is taken down by Quinn. Quinn gives it to Calabrese now over the timeline for Maine South. Vey's going to try another three in the corner. Got it to go. Number 23, senior Andrew Vey, draws the Hawks within 1, 19-18. Boehm at the L. Working on Solari, now Angel on top. Angel into the lane. Cook near side, corner three. Cook off the rim, no good. And Quinn gets another rebound for the Hawks. Quinn's got 5 rebounds to lead Maine South. Inside Solari, left-hand layup won't go. They're going to say Berman bumped him. So John Solari will go to the line for 2. Hey, if you want to read more about High School Cube, log on to csnchicago.com. Longtime writer Taylor Bell giving High School Cube some props. I am proud to say I was quoted in that article, but don't take me too seriously. Thanks again, Taylor Bell, for giving the pub and a little bit of swag the High School Cube. Solari's first free throw is good, and the game is back knotted 19-19. Maine South on a 4-0 run. Tough for these teams to come out on a Thursday night. They're in school mode. They're used to playing on Fridays and on weekends. Things got moved around. Thursday night basketball on the first snow day of the year. Maine South gets them both thanks to John Solari. 20-19 now. Hawks on top of the Trevs. Jordan Thomas for three. That one's long. And Vay corrals for the Hawks. Calabrese back the other way. Around Berman. Calabrese a stop and pop from 12. That one's no good. Rebound off the hands of Connor Boehm. It will stay with Maine South. Tony Lavorado tells his team to play. Solari will inbound. Solari, Vay, Quinn, Leahy, and Calabrese on the floor for Maine South. Those starters for the visitors. Solari in the paint. Now Vay. Back to Calabrese. Shot fake from the senior point guard. Now a floater off the backboard, then hits rim and falls into the hands of Austin Angel. Boehm's been quiet, only 3 points for Boehm. Make it 5 for Connor Boehm. Berman to Angel on the block. Angel's shot is strong. Miscommunication on the rebound, but Cook still keeps control. Now it's Berman. Berman around two defenders. Angel's open for three from the top of the key. That one's long. Boehm with his third rebound for New Trier. Turnaround off the board, no good. And Solari will slow things up for the visitors. Vay back to Solari. Inside Quinn. Calabrese will slow it up. Near side Leahy. Back to Calabrese. New Trier has gone back to its man-to-man defense. Boehm guarding Solari. Now it's Leahy. Cook on Leahy. Leahy goes baseline. Finds Solari all alone. Layup off the board and good. John Solari. He's got 5 in the game. Quinn's got 6 to lead all scorers. Offensive foul called on Connor Boehm, and it's a New Trier turnover. 1:12 to play opening half. Maine South leading New Trier 22-19. Slow half of basketball between Maine South and New Trier thus far. Calabrese gives it to Vay far side. Vay guarded by Thomas. Now it's Quinn. Leahy's alone for three. Leahy's shot is strong. Boehm pulls down the rebound, his fourth. Now it's Cook to Berman. Berman wants to slow it up for the Trevians. Cook down to Boehm. Boehm draws double. What a slash there by Austin Angel. Layup in the foul. Austin Angel will go to the line, looking to complete the three-point play. Give the assist to Boehm. Angel's got 7 to lead all scorers. A chance to make it 8. Pat Gorillo will check in for Maine South. Gorillo is a 6'5 senior. He wears number 33. A little bit of confusion from our referees as to who the foul is going to be credited to. Looks like they said 32, which would indicate John Solari. Correction, now it's 22. It's Danny Quinn. And for Quinn, it's his third, the team's 7th. So Gorillo into the game for Quinn, who sits with 3 fouls. 38 seconds to play opening half. New Trier looking to tie things up at 22, pending the Austin Angel free throw. Angel gets it to go. He's got 8. And as I mentioned, this one's tied 22 all. Back the other way. Let's see if Maine South wants to push or if they're going to hold for one final shot. Gorillo out to Calabrese. You can hear Tony Lavorado calling plays from the near sideline. There's Leahy. New Trier back to his zone. Cook on top. Berman and Boehm extending for the Trevians. 15 seconds to play as Angel tries to steal the ball away. Nice job of defense from Austin Angel, but that one goes out of bounds. Maine South will keep possession with 12 seconds to play first half. 22-22 on highschoolcube.com. I'm Andrew Braverman. 12 seconds to play. Here's Calabrese for Maine South. Cook will extend the pressure. Now it's Leahy. Leahy right down to Solari. Knew he was all alone. Solari off the board and good with the foul. John Solari going to the line, looking to complete the three-point play with 3.6 seconds showing on the clock. Leahy didn't even look, knew exactly where Solari was going to be, heaved it overhead right to the block, and the junior made it count. Solari's got 7 to lead Maine South. Chickless checks back into the game, replacing Garillo. Solari's free throw is up and good. 3.6 seconds to play first half. Let's see what New Trier does. Here's Berman. Berman across the timeline. Stop and pop from 40. Off the board, no good. And that's the way the half is going to end, with John Solari leading Maine South on top of New Trier, 25-22. Solari has 8 points. Austin Angel has 8 for the Trevians. 25-22, Maine South on top of New Trier, live on highschoolcube.com. I'm Andrew Braverman. We're going to take a 10-minute break, back with second half action live on High School Cube. Stick around. Welcome back to New Trier High School here in Winnetka, Illinois. I'm Andrew Braverman, live on highschoolcube.com. Second half action between New Trier and Maine South, just seconds away. Maine South leading the Trevians 25-22. Neither team opting to warm up for the second half, so a long talk in both locker rooms. Maine South has to be pleased with how the first half went. John Solari with 8 points, his final 3 pushed the Hawks on top just before halftime. New Trier basketball to start the second half, moving right to left on your screen. Home white uniforms, blue numbers, blue lettering. Reid Berman with the basketball, now Austin Angel far side as Maine South keeps in their 2-3 zone look. Here's Connor Boehm, now Bragle. David Bragle back to Angel, now Stephen Cook near side for Reid Berman. Boehm flashes to the block. Boehm in traffic, goes up off the board, that one's strong, pulled down by Solari. Calabrese now with the basketball. Nick Calabrese, John Solari, Andrew Vey, Matt Leahy, and Danny Quinn on the floor for Maine South. Here's Solari. Calabrese dribbles it off of his foot. He gets it back in the corner. Now back to Quinn. Quinn's in foul trouble with 3. Sat the last 2 minutes of the first half. Leahy back to Calabrese inside the circle. Expect to see some patient offense from Maine South. Danny Quinn guarded by Boehm. Look at the size of Connor Boehm. Leahy drives baseline, finds Solari, the 6'4 junior. Now back on top, Calabrese to Solari. Solari's in the paint. Finds Vey. He'll try another 3. That one's off the rim, no good. Quinn couldn't get the rebound, tipped off of the hands of Boehm. Lavarado wanted a foul, not going to get it. The ball will stay with Maine South. First meeting between these two teams. New Trier 13-2 on the year, 4-0 in the Central Suburban League South. Maine South on a 5-game losing streak. They are 7-8, 2-2 in the CSL. Airballed three-pointer from Calabrese. Rebound is tipped around, finally out of bounds, off of the Hawks and back to New Trier. Reid Berman with the basketball. He will walk it across the timeline. Now gives it to David Bragle. Bragle to Boehm. Boehm back to Bragle far side. Bragle jump. Now to Boehm. Boehm's going to try a long shot. That one's short. Austin Angel can't get the rebound, and the ball will return in the favor of Maine South. Boy, these two teams had an epic football game this year also that was played over at New Trier West, the Northfield campus. It was homecoming for New Trier, and they jumped on top of the then #1 team in the state, the Maine South Hawks, by 10 points at halftime before junior quarterback Matt Alviti led the Hawks back to win yet another game over the Trevians. The Maine South Hawk football program has not lost in over 10 years in conference play. Solari's turnaround left-hander blocked by Boehm, but Solari finds Vey on the block. Great fake there. Shot fake from Andrew Vey. He got Austin Angel in the air and converts a layup. So Maine South leads 27-22, 5:30 to play third quarter. Very uncharacteristic of the Trevians that we have seen throughout the season. A great showing at the 51st annual Proviso West tournament the last week of December. Bragle's going to try a 3. That one goes for David Bragle, and the seniors got 5. Timeout from Scott Fricky and the Trevians as they pull within 2, 27-25. Once again, we're live on highschoolcube.com. If you enjoy this, if you enjoy us, let your friends know. Text them, like us on Facebook, update your status on Twitter. We would appreciate all the social media we can get. We're on Twitter as well, at highschoolcube. I'm on Twitter at Andrew Braverman. That's Andrew, B as in boy, R-A-V as in Victor, E-R-M-A-N. Had a chance to say hello to Andy Horn, Evanston grad, coaching the New Trier sophomores. He came up and said, hey, you know what? I know who you are. We were watching you on High School Cube throughout the Proviso West tournament. You had some pretty funny lines, so now I have a big head. Thanks a lot, Andy Horn. That's just what my ego needs. No, but in all honesty, thank you again to Coach Horn, and thank you to all of our viewers and all of our listeners who make High School Cube the premier broadcast platform for high school athletics events and clubs. Fricky's Trevians break the huddle. Angel, Boehm, Cook, Berman, and Bragle starters on the floor for New Trier. Tony Lavarado taking his time with Maine South. It's Solari, Quinn, Vey, Leahy, and Calabrese. So starters on the floor for both sides. Maine South basketball following the Bragle three-pointer. Cook applying full court pressure. Calabrese sends it to Vane near side. Trevian's back into their zone look. Kind of a tandem zone look on top, a matchup tandem. Solari, Calabrese, now Quinn on the block. Back to Solari in the paint. Solari's camped out. They got him for 3 seconds. No, they're going to call it travel. Take your pick. Wheel O turnover for Maine South, and it's neutral basketball. 4:45 to play, third quarter. Hawks leading the Trevs 27-25. Here's Bragle. Backdoor pass was guarded by Quinn. They were looking for the lob to Angel. Boehm gives it to Cook now. Back on top, Bragle. Cook near side, looking for Boehm, finds him. Boehm right around Solari, reverse layup, not going to fall. Angel can't get the rebound, and the ball will go back to the Hawks. Boehm is tall, he's strong, he is broad, but he still has great footwork, as you saw on the baseline. Just couldn't get the reverse to spin off the board. Full court man pressure applied by Berman on Calabrese. Entry pass finds Quinn far side. Now Leahy guarded by Cook. Bragle. Back to Quinn. Now Calabrese. Bragle right in his grill. Near side Vey. Back to Calabrese. Look at Bragle get up into him. Calabrese forces a shot. Big rebound by Quinn. The sky over Cook. Now Solari back to Quinn. Reverse blocked by Angel. And here comes Austin Angel. In transition, gets it to Cook. Cook to Berman. Layup from Berman off the board. Too strong. Quinn got him with the bump. And for Quinn, it's his fourth. The team's first of the half. Louis Chickless set to check back in as Berman's free throw falls short. Chickless, the obvious replacement is Quinn, who sits with 4 fouls. Trevian's trail by 2. Make it 1 following the Berman free throw. 27-26, Maine South on top. 3:30 to play third quarter. Solari trying to get around Austin Angel. Angel's just too quick. Right in his face. Diagonal pass finds Leahy. Shot fake over Cook, and he gets a layup to go. Great control from Matt Leahy. Pushes the Maine South lead back to 3. 29-26. 3:15 to play third quarter. Bragle with it now. In the corner for Cook. Now back to Bragle. Boehm. Boehm on the line, that one's short. Rebound into the hands of Chickless. And then to Solari, now Leahy. Leahy on the diagonal finds Vey. Vey back to Solari. Solari inside Chickless by himself. Spins around Boehm, outside Calabrese for 3. That one's no good. Vey's going to get a push on the rebound. For Vey, it's his first, the team's second. And Bragle will inbound for the Trevians. No full court pressure applied by Maine South. They'll drop back into their 2-3 zone. Cook back to Angel. Angel hands off to Berman. Angel to Bragle. Bragle back to Angel. Gets a screen. Angel for 3. That one's no good. Rebound Solari. Solari now with 5 rebounds in the game. Turnover from the Hawks. Cook has it. But Leahy's camped out there in transition and pulls it away for Maine South. Boehm hustles back down the floor. What a job there by Matt Leahy. He was hiding right behind Bragle, which isn't easy to do. Bragle's only 6 feet tall, if that. Leahy a long 2. That one's a long 2. His foot was on the line. Let's see if the referee saw what I saw. And they do. 31-26 following the deep 2-pointer from Andrew Vey. 31-26, under 2 to play third quarter. Neutral basketball. Here's Boehm. Handoff to Angel is kicked around. Loose ball. Angel rips it away from his defender, but we're going to have a jump ball. Now it looks like New Trier is playing with a little bit of fire, but they still can't convert on the offensive side. This would be a gigantic upset if Maine South can hold on. Connor Boehm untucks the jersey with authority, very upset. Reid Berman checks out as well. Jordan Thomas and Aaron Angel into the game for the Trevians. So it's Cook, Aaron Angel, Austin Angel, David Bregel, and Jordan Thomas for Maine South. Calabrese, Leahy, Solari, Vey, and looks like it's Chickless. Cook knocks it away. Here comes Bregel in transition. Bregel all by himself. Layup no good. Aaron Angel can't get the follow, and Cook's going to be called over the back. Aaron Angel tried to be fancy with the one-handed putback. It was too strong off the top of the board. And in no time, Scott Fricky goes right back to the bench and sends Reid Berman into the game. He'll give Austin Angel a break. Possibly the most bench players in the game at one time all season for Scott Fricky's Trevians. Thomas, Aaron Angel. Yeah, that's two. That just shows you that New Trier does not go very deep. They don't opt to go very deep, I should say. It's not that they can't. They don't opt to go very deep. And that's always been the way of these New Trier teams. 7, 8 at often, very, very, not often times, very, very sparse would they go 9 deep. That goes back to when Ricky Malnati was in charge of this program. Matt Leahy into the lane. Great wraparound pass to Solari. Blocked by Berman, but they're going to get a foul on the play. Berman with a block. It's going to send Solari to the free throw line. No player yet in double figures. The closest right now is Vey with 9. Solari has 8 with a chance to make it 10, pending the free throws. 31-26, Maine South on top of New Trier. The biggest lead for Maine South has been 6 in the ball game. That can be tied pending the free throw, and Solari gets the first to go. He's got 9. The lead is 6. Paccarillo into the game for Maine South. Looks like he's going to give Solari a break if he makes the free throw. So substitution for the shooter. Angel and Boehm back into the game, replacing Berman and Aaron Angel. So Thomas stays out. Solari's got them both. Now he leads all scorers with 10. 33-26. The lead is 7, and it's the largest lead of the night for Maine South, the visitors in the road black uniforms. 54 seconds to play, third quarter. Here's Bregel for the Trevians. On the block, it's Boehm. Boy, has Connor Boehm been quiet. Only 8 points in the game. Pardon me. Make that 5 points in the game. Austin Angel has 8. Ball is tipped. Backcourt violation on New Trier. The Maine South zone defense causing fits for the Trevians. Solari and Vey back into the game, replacing Dooney and Dorillo. Offense to defense substitution for Tony Laverado's Hawks. Leahy to Solari, 30 seconds to play third quarter. Austin Angel up in the face of John Solari. Heavy pressure defense. Now it's Calabrese with it. Calabrese out to Vey. Vey pushes Bregel off, and there's that pressure defense. Bregel lets him know. Not sure what he said, but he mouthed something to Vey. Offensive foul. It's another turnover for Vey. It's his second, the third on the team. New Trier basketball, far sideline. 20.8 seconds to play third quarter. Let's see if New Trier can get something going before the quarter comes to a close. Bregel inbounds to Cook, now back to Bregel. The senior's going to hold it for a second. 10 seconds to play third quarter. Now Bregel starts something. Angel, back to Cook. Back to Angel. He's left alone for 3. Angel on the way, no good. Cook skies for the rebound, put back up and in. Stephen Cook, there's that jumping ability by the Princeton Verbal. Stephen Cook committing to Princeton earlier today. The junior still has a volleyball season ahead of him. He pulls New Trier within 5, 33-28 with 8 minutes of basketball still to play live on highschoolcube.com. I'm Andrew Braverman. Thank you for being with us here at New Trier High School in Winnetka. This is New Trier East, the original, at one time the only. New Trier West, the home of the New Trier freshman campus. Proud to say my father, the first ever graduating class at New Trier West in 1968. My mother, a 1968 graduate of New Trier's arch rival. That would be the Evanston Wildcats. And, of course, those who know Illinois sports history, specifically basketball and football, remember that 1968 season being a magical one for the Evanston Wildcats, taking home, at that point, the state title, no tournament yet in Illinois, the state football championship and the state basketball championship, both in 1968. Fast forward to 2012. Happy New Year to you from everyone here at highschoolcube.com. Fourth quarter action between Maine South and New Trier set to go. New Trier basketball following the Cook buzzer beater. It's all starters on the floor for New Trier. Bragle, Berman, Boehm, Angel, and Cook. For Maine South, Pat Garillo stays on the floor instead of Danny Quinn. Otherwise starters John Solari, Andrew Vey, Matt Leahy, and Nick Calabrese. Final quarter of play, New Trier trailing by 5, 33-28. Here's Berman on top of the zone. Berman to Angel, back to Berman. Berman to Cook now. Cook to Angel in the corner, back to Cook. Inside, there's Boehm. Boehm with only 5 points in the game. Taps it out, Cook has it. Now on top, Berman. Berman's directing traffic, trying to get some kind of help going. Berman to Bragle. Deep three from David Bragle. That one's way too strong. And the rebound finds the hands of Leahy. Now Vey in transition. Vey slow things up. Foul's going to be on Berman. Not a bad foul. New Trier needs to, unfortunately, start building up their pool of fouls. They only have 3 so far in the half. For Berman, it's his 4th foul. Active hands from the junior. He's replaced by sophomore Jordan Thomas, number 24 for the Trevians. Leahy to inbounds for the Hawks. The visitors have controlled practically the entire game. New Trier's biggest lead has been 4. Maine South has been 7 that we just saw near the end of the third quarter. Solari with the basketball. Heavy pressure defense applied by Austin Angel. Blocking foul is going to be called on Austin Angel. It's going to be his first, the team's 4th. Not a bad foul whatsoever. 7:09 to play in the ball game. It's a 5-point Maine South advantage. New Trier can't afford to sit in a zone, so you're going to see man-to-man defense applied by the Trevians. Calabrese guarded by Thomas. Now Leahy's picked up by Cook. Cook may be the most athletic player on the floor right now. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and say Cook is the most athletic player on the floor right now for either squad. Garillo walked, no one seemed to see. Down low, Solari off the board, no good. Foul on the shot, so John Solari will go to the free throw line. Again, he leads all scorers with 10. He's got 5 rebounds to go with him. Second foul on Angel, 5th on the team, and Solari will look to try and put the Hawks back on top by 7. Solari's first rattles off the front of the rim and in. 34-28 Maine South. New Trier's only losses have come to state-ranked teams, not just area-ranked, state-ranked. And a matter of fact, both of their losses at the time came against the number 2 team in state. That was Warren at the beginning of the season and Proviso East, who remains number 2 and undefeated just behind Simeon, the number 1 team in the country, according to ESPN. Connor Boehm, another long 2. Boehm's been short all evening. The lead is 7 as Thomas corrals the offensive rebound. Now Bragle has it. Offensive and deep shooting has been horrendous for New Trier so far in the game. Bragle open for 3. He'll try another one. That one's no good. And Vey pulls down the rebound. Vey draws a double team. Gets help in Solari. Back to Vey. 6 minutes left in the ball game. Maine South on top by 7. Solari all the way to the rack, off the board, no good. Pardon me, off the rim, no good. And Bragle has it. 4 on 3 for New Trier. Cook far side. Cook into Connor Boehm. Boehm bowls over a defender, and it's going to be a charging foul on Connor Boehm. Pat Garillo saw it the entire way. Boehm lowered the shoulder, but the boom and the foul get credited to the 6'7 senior headed to Dartmouth. Danny Quinn checks back in for Maine South. He's playing with 4 fouls. Stephen Cook out of the game. He's replaced by Berman. So Berman and Quinn both on the floor for Maine South, for New Trier and Maine South respectively, each with 4 fouls. out of the press break. Here's Calabrese. Finally across the timeline, Calabrese gets to the paint, kicks it to Solari, now out to Vey. No carry called on Vey on that hesitation dribble. Looking for help, sends it out to Calabrese. Calabrese down low to Solari. Skip pass out to Calabrese, now near side Leahy. Great stall tactics here by Maine South. We're under 5 to play. Pardon me, we're just over 5 to play. We're just at 5. Leahy looking for help. Gets it to Calabrese. Calabrese into the lane. His layup is no good. Rebound tipped into the hands of Jordan Thomas, and now Thomas wants to run. Thomas into the paint. Finds Boehm. Short jumper from Connor Boehm is up and good. Boehm needed that one desperately. 35-30, Maine South leading. 4:50 to play in the ball game, and now the Trevians will apply full court pressure. Here's Vey. Cross to Leahy. Leahy right there on Berman. They're going to get Berman on the push. Make that Bragle on the push. That's Bragle. Boy, with Boehm, Bragle, Berman, Banis. How many other B's do we have on this team? That's it. Okay, so I thought there were more. That's my fault. My fault, New Trier fans. My fault. Guerrillo back into the game, replaces Quinn, and now Cook will check back in, replacing Berman. Make that Thomas. So they're going to keep Reid Berman there. Look at David Bragle. Look at Bragle pleading to the referee, trying to get an explanation. Opposing players hate David Bragle. I am 100% comfortable saying that. Opposing players hate David Bragle. He is that good of a defender. 1-1 now for the Hawks as New Trier has entered the bonus. Leahy gets the first to go. For Leahy, it's his first point of the game. He did hit a layup earlier. It's his third and fourth points, and the lead goes back to 7, 37-30. Inside Angel. Leaner, no good. Boehm goes up for the rebound. Now triple team. Connor Boehm off the board and in. Lead is 5. Calabrese. Solari there. Solari draws a double team. Now Vey with numbers. Calabrese. Cook knocks it away. Cook's by himself. Boehm to Cook. Cook off the board and good. Timeout from Scott Fricky. No, make it Tony Lavorado gets a timeout. Lavorado not happy, and New Trier's cut the lead to 3. 37-34. Still 4:07 to play. Plenty of time for the Trevians, especially when they make plays like that. Cook with those long arms poked the ball from behind Calabrese, and he ran the floor perfectly, got the layup to go. I'm Andrew Braverman. Again, you're watching highschoolcube.com. You want to watch this game in its entirety. If you want to go back and watch your favorite highlight clips, you can by logging on to highschoolcube.com. You want to broadcast your own school, go to highschoolcube.com/get started, and we can see you on highschoolcube.com today. We are followable. Is followable a word? Is followable a word, Jim McAteer? I think so too. Jim McAteer, my producer, my cameraman, my right-hand man, my handyman, my Q&A as well. Thank you, Jim McAteer, for making this possible. A big thanks also to Mike and Nolte, Team Cotter down in Austin, Texas, and everyone with highschoolcube.com. Three-point ball game, Maine South basketball moving left to right on your screen. New Trier breaks the huddle with Angel, Bragle, Berman, Boehm, and Cook. For Maine South, it's going to be Quinn, Solari, Vey, Leahy, and Calabrese. Starters in the game for both sides. Matt Leahy does have the option to run the baseline if he wants to use it. Gives it to Solari near side. He's guarded by Boehm. So New Trier picks up full court man. Cook on Leahy. Cook's got the size advantage, that's for sure. Calabrese looking for help. Guarded out by Berman. Now on top, Solari. Cook trying to play the passing lanes on Leahy. Backdoor, Calabrese gets around Berman. Near side, Vey. Berman, Bragle every single time gets those arms up. Wants to know where the call is. Vey is getting that forearm right into the chest of number 1, David Bragle. Calabrese on top. Angel on Calabrese. Backdoor, Cook can't get there. Down low, Solari's by himself. Layup too strong. Rebound, Danny Quinn. Blocked away, Connor Boehm. Connor Boehm with his first block of the evening. The ball will stay with Maine South. They're up 3, 37-34, 3:16 remaining in the contest. This is our only game of the night, and boy, I got to tell you, it feels great to say that. Berman pressuring Leahy in the backcourt. If New Trier does anything well, it's in-your-face defense. Scott Fricke does a great job with their defensive presence. Blocked away, Boehm again. Quinn, it goes off of his face and back to New Trier. Now we're going to get two referees talking to one another. Looks like Tony Lavorado saw something different, and the call is changed. Scott Fricke not happy. They're going to say the ball went off of the Trevians. It will stay with Maine South. Scott Fricke is livid. I just heard a just like football chant coming from behind me. Wide open layup, Calabrese left it short. Here's Berman now for the Trevians. To Angel in the lane. Angel to Bragle on top. Bragle to Cook. Cook back to Bragle. It's a three-point game, and Bragle's going to slow it up. 2:45 left. Here's David Bragle. Cook near side. On top, Berman. Boehm now. Boehm's been quiet offensively. Cook's going to try a three from the corner. That one's no good. Tipped out by Austin Angel. Boehm's got 8. Angel's got 9. Boehm for 3. That one's good. It's a long 2. Boehm's pissed. Boehm is not happy. He is ticked off. They're going to say it was a long 2. From my vantage point, I couldn't see. Jim McAteer, that looked like a three-pointer to you. You had a better vantage point. Long 2. If Jim McAteer says it's a long 2, it's a long 2, folks. Lay of the law. You know, it's about the third time tonight we've seen Connor Boehm look down at the line to see where he is, and he hasn't adjusted himself at any point during those shots. So he thought he was behind the line. Referee Jim McAteer saw it differently. 37-36, 2:20 to play. Boy, Boehm was pissed off after that one. He looked right at the referee, yelled, "Come on, give me something. Where were my feet?" Then again, when you wear a size 15 shoe, you have to take that extra step back. So New Trier on a 6-0 run. They trail by 1 with 2:20 to play. Again, this game can be seen in its entirety later tonight on highschoolcube.com, or just go back, watch your favorite highlight clips. High School Cube allows you to do it all. The leading broadcast platform for high school sports, not only in Chicagoland, but throughout the country. We'll see New Trier later this year in action against Waukegan on High School Cube. Boy, it's going to be fun to watch Akeem Springs go against these Trevians. Mississippi Valley State will be the home of Akeem Springs next season. The leader for the Waukegan Bulldogs. And a big shout out to one of my good friends and colleagues, Mr. Mike Springs. See him daily over at Joy of the Game in Deerfield. Home run pass to Vey. That one's too long. Can't get the save. Out of bounds. New Trier basketball. The home run pass was a nice idea, a little bit risky because all of the momentum is sitting in the hands of the Trevians as they trail by 1. 2:19 on the clock. Here's Berman. Berman to Angel, now on top Cook. Cook back to Berman near side. Vey on Berman. Maine South still sitting in their zone. Here's Angel. Near side Bragle. Down low Boehm. Boehm's been much better in the second half. Boehm up off the board, no good. Boehm tries to get his own rebound, finally does so. Boehm double team. Layup no good, but Boehm is fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for 2. Connor Boehm now has 11 points in the ball game. Solari leads all scorers with 12. So Connor Boehm is at the stripe with a chance to give New Trier its first lead of the half. The last time New Trier led, it was 19-17 late in the second quarter. First shot from Connor Boehm is well short. New Trier has 17 fouls. The Trevians are in the bonus. 14 fouls on the Hawks. The last foul was called on Solari. It was his first. Boehm's second free throw goes. He's got 12. Boehm and Solari each with 12. And we're knotted up once again, 37-37. Calabrese in transition. No time to wait around here for Maine South. Leahy looking for help. Down low, Solari's left by himself. Layup off the board and good. And Tony Lavorado gets a timeout. What a look that time from Matt Leahy to find the junior John Solari. Boehm raises his hand as he walks to the bench. My fault, says the senior. Not sure where Boehm was on that one. But with 1:32 to play, Maine South wastes no time jumping back on top, 39-37. If you like what you see and you like what you hear, tell your friends about it. Send them a text message, give them a phone call. Go on your Facebook and like High School Cube. Jump on Twitter and follow us at High School Cube. You can follow me on Twitter as well at Andrew Braverman. That's at Andrew, B as in boy, R-A-V as in Victor, E-R-M-A-N. Once again, a snowy evening here in Chicago. The first snow of the season, let alone 2012. So we have an empty gym in Winnetka, but boy, when this place is packed, there is almost no better place to play high school basketball in the state. They put the pep band up top to the right of your screen. They get the student section. Boy, New Trier was always known for having one of the best student sections in the state. We're going to see some rowdy fans later on this month when St. Pat's takes a visit from Chicago. They head to Niles to face their arch rival, the Dons of Notre Dame College Prep. Boehm draws a triple team, sends it out to Cook. Now Angel far side. Angel all the way to the rack, off the board and good. Austin Angel attacking hard. Angel's got 10 for the Trevs. 39-39, New Trier in full court pressure. And the Hawks throw it away. It's New Trier basketball. John Solari took it out baseline, tried to find one man cutting, couldn't see who it was, and he almost threw it right up to Jim McAteer. That one's out of bounds. Back to the Trevs. Dooney into the game, Gorillo into the game, replacing Vey and Quinn. Lavorado not happy, needs an explanation. Once again, Maine South in the midst of a 5-game losing streak. New Trier is perfect in the CSL South, 4-0. They're 13-2 on the season. New Trier basketball, we're under a minute to play. 50 seconds to go, 39-39. If Maine South is content sitting in a 3-2 zone, New Trier is going to hold it for 40 seconds, and we're going to have one shot. To be honest with our listeners and to be honest with our viewers, it's been a lackluster contest between these two. But we've got an exciting final 30 seconds. It's deadlocked, 39-39, as Reid Berman controls the dribble for New Trier. Now it's David Bragle near side. 20 seconds to play. New Trier holding for the final shot on their home floor here in Winnetka. Foul's going to be called on Dooney. Smart foul that time. Maine South has one more to give before New Trier shooting free throws. So 13.9 seconds on the clock. Dooney's first, the team's fifth. Do not be surprised to see one more foul on the ground from Maine South. Well, obviously they're looking to get it on the ground. Berman has it. Back to Bragle. Bragle triple teamed, sends it out now Cook. Cook with the basketball is going to be fouled by Dooney. 6.7 seconds to go. So we're going to come down to one final shot. 6.7 seconds on the clock. 39-39. New Trier basketball. No timeout needed from Scott Fricke's team. It looks like New Trier knows exactly what they're doing. So the conference game comes down. Nope, now we're going to get a timeout. I spoke too soon. Scott Fricke and the New Trier Trevians call timeout with 6.7 seconds left to go. I'm Andrew Braverman. Thank you for being with us for a Central Suburban League South contest between the Trevians of New Trier and the visiting Maine South Hawks. No bigger rivalry in the northern suburbs than New Trier and Evanston, but due to Maine South's dominance in football, the New Trier-Maine South hatred has grown certainly over the years. Then again, Maine South only joining the CSL South since, if I'm correct, 1999, the 1998-99 season. So following another state championship, Maine South made the switch into the CSL South. And that's where it's been for the past, well, over a decade at this point. New Trier, Maine South, Evanston, Waukegan, Niles West, and Glenbrook South comprise the Central Suburban League South. Over in the north, Glenbrook North, Deerfield, Highland Park, Maine East, Maine West, and the Vikings of Niles North. Those same Niles North Vikings won a sectional championship right here in Winnetka on this very floor last season. Abdel Nader, Malachi Nix, they came back to defeat the Schaumburg Saxons by one of the best playoff high school games I have seen in my life. That was super exciting. Boy, Abdel Nader was fun to watch. He's over at Northern Illinois now, and Malachi Nix tearing and ripping up the nets for Niles North as a junior. 6.7 seconds left, Trevians and Hawks. It's New Trier basketball. We're going to get a quick shot. Bragel, Cook, Berman, Boehm, and Angel. Bragel to Berman. Here we go. 6 seconds now. 5. Berman with it into the lane. Berman looking for help. Throws up a shot off the board and good. Reid Berman with a driving layup with 0.6 seconds to go. Reid Berman puts the Trevs on top by 2. 41-39. How about the junior Reid Berman falling to the ground, threw up a desperation layup, and got it to go. New Trier back on top by 2, 41-39, and Maine South's in a world of trouble with 0.6 seconds showing on the clock. Reid Berman, where's number 12? He's only got 6 points in the game. As a matter of fact, before that layup, he had as many fouls as he did points. If Scott Fricke is saying anything to his Trevians right now, it's these 2 words: don't foul. New Trier is in the bonus, so any foul would mean free throws for Maine South, and they're only up by 2. If they were up by 3, I'd say, okay, maybe you could risk it, but not now. Reid Berman's driving layup. They started the play with 6.7 seconds left. 6 seconds later, New Trier's got a 2-point advantage, and now there's confusion as to where the basketball will be given to the Hawks out of bounds. Full timeout, so we're going to get some extra time here between Maine South and New Trier. It's not like the Hawks have a lot of time to do anything. All they can do is inbound, turn, and shoot. If it's under 0.3, you're not even allowed to get a shot off. You need at least 0.3 seconds on the clock, and there is no replay in high school. They cannot go back and put time on the clock. Yet they did. They did. We did. 1.6 seconds to go. I stand corrected. Thank you to the staff here at New Trier for correcting me. Now it's 1.6 seconds to go. That extra second is a world of difference for Maine South. Very, very interesting to go from 0.6 to 1.6. My apologies to all of our viewers. It will be Maine South basketball. They'll have to go the full length of the court. Gorilla will inbound. Calabrese, Leahy, and Vey at half court. Solari in the paint. For New Trier, all starters: Berman, Cook, Bragel, Angel, and Boehm. Here we go. Gorilla just throws it into the air. Tipped off the hands of Solari and out of bounds. It's going to be New Trier basketball with 0.9 seconds to go. So we're still not done. And it looks like John Solari was banged up on the play. Solari now walking it off. Looks to be a lower leg injury. Substitution as Chickless checks back into the game for Solari. Hope that John Solari is okay. He is what makes this Maine South team tick. We have an official timeout on the floor. We have an injury timeout. Regardless, it's New Trier basketball up by 2. 0.9 seconds to go. New Trier needs to inbound the basketball successfully. If they can't get it in, I overheard Scott Fricke yelling at David Bragel, hey, listen, we got 2 timeouts. Be smart with the basketball. Of the fans in attendance, some are already walking to the exits. But we'll be with you until the final buzzer sounds. I'm Andrew Braverman, alongside Jim McAteer, live on highschoolcube.com. And once again, thank you to Team Cotter down in Austin, Texas, Micah Nolte, Kevin McAdams, and everyone with High School Cube for making this possible. Into the game for the first time tonight is Mohammed Alhamwi, number 34 for Maine South. He's joined by Calabrese, Leahy, Vey, and Dooney, starters on the floor for New Trier. Bragel gets it to Boehm. Boehm just tips it up, and that's the way to play it. What a smart play by Connor Boehm. Boehm finishes with 12. Solari with 12 for Maine South to lead all scores. And in the final seconds, Reid Berman's driving layup pushes New Trier past Maine South 41-39. The Trevians improved to 14-2, 5-0 in the CSL South. Maine South now on a 6-game losing streak. They fall to 7-9, 2-3 in the conference. New Trier trailed by as many as 7 points in the game. They trailed by 7 in the fourth quarter alone, and they started chipping things away. They end the game on an 11-2 run, fueled by Connor Boehm and, of course, Reid Berman, number 12, the 6-foot junior, whose layup with 0.6 seconds to go lifted New Trier past the Maine South Hawks here in Winnetka. Once again, thanks to Kevin McAdams, thanks to Micah Nolte, thank you to Team Cotter down in Austin, Texas, and a very big special thank you to Jim McAteer, my cameraman, my producer, my right-hand man, making High School Cube tick live in Winnetka. I'm Andrew Braverman. Thank you for joining us as New Trier tops Maine South 41-39. We'll see you next time on highschoolcube.com.